try and, make sure to look nice at the beginning. If you want to know that we'll have something to cut from. Okay, I think that we should have something, right? So.
Oh, are you taking a picture?
I mean. So, hello and welcome again to the Citrine Palace. It's Vervain and
Zena.
And we are here, and that's basically it. We're here, and because we're here, we thought we'd film a thing together. So I think the sort of plan is to just trade songs and drink tea and talk. So if that sounds like fun to you,
like
stick
our day-to-day.
Yeah, this is what we were doing anyway.
This is what we do.
We just turned the camera on and sat in a place where you can see us better.
Like, this might be beneficial for people. Maybe we should start recording our conversations and music.
So, do you wanna go first?
Woo!
Who
That's
should
hot.
go first?
Go first with what?
I don't know. A song? I feel like that's...
So, we both have a
only
song
structure that
called
we have.
Hurricane, which it was so funny because she sent me a song and I was listening to it, and then I didn't get to the chorus yet, so I was like, I got just the first part because I was on my way to work. And then that night, I was staying up until like 3 a.m. I had already written a song called Hurricane, but I was trying to put music to it. And then the next day, I wanted to finish the rest of her song, so I was like listening to the rest. And when I got to the chorus was Hurricane. And then I saw that she actually labeled it Hurricane. And I was like, that's so funny. We both have a song named Hurricane, but it's like completely different. Like,
They're totally different.
yeah, vehicles that are.
It's totally different hurricane metaphors.
Yeah,
Also, I
yeah.
feel like so. I guess I'll play hurricane then, and then you want to play your hurricane.
Yeah. So do you want to like talk about?
I don't. If I wanted to talk about songs, I'd talk about them, but instead I write them.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play it, and like, that's a thing. I didn't rehearse this, so here we go. Thank you so much for singing with me. I love it when people sing with me. It's getting hot. I'm gonna take my jacket off.
Okay, so I kind of do want to tell the story of this song because this is probably the most like, I don't know, like in the moment, the song just kind of came out, and I probably wouldn't have it if my partner at the time didn't record me doing it. Because I'm just like an in the moment person, and I just don't write things. I do write, but I don't write my songs down for some reason. I'm really bad about that. I will, and that's, yeah, anyway. But, so I was living in Australia, and it was really hard to stay connected to my family back in Texas while I was living there because the time zones were just completely different, like opposite. And I was cooking in the kitchen. I think I was like making dinner, and I was making rice, and then all of a sudden this overwhelming, like, I don't know if it was sadness, but it was just this like, I need to stop what I'm doing and I need to go grab my guitar. It was like this like moment of like, I just need to get present. Like I need to get really present. And so thankfully my partner took over cooking too, because I would have burned everything. I literally just left the rice. I left everything, and I went and sat down with my guitar, and this song came out called Hurricane. Well, I didn't name it Hurricane until after, but then the next day I was talking to my sister, and she was telling me that Hurricane Harvey had just happened. Like it was happening at the moments that I was writing the song when I didn't know it was happening. Like somehow, it's like those roots, those roots that you have where there's like your
You
DNA,
are connected.
Yeah, your DNA
like, even
is
if
there.
You're not talking to your family, you're connected to their experience somehow.
Yeah, and that home base of mine and those roots that I have, it was like I could feel that, and it was so cool to see and somehow feel like I was able to offer something in the moment to what was happening there. So, but I just wrote music to it, and I have yet to be able to play it all the way through without messing up. So we'll see how that goes.
So this is exclusive.
Yeah, right. The water is rising, and there's no time to ask for help. Nobody's coming to save me. So I guess I better save myself. Don't really know where I'm going, but I know who I am. And all that I know is I'm not running. I'm giving this life all I can. You never know what life will give you. You never know what life will take. Storms and waves you must walk through. This pain can bend you till you break. But all that I have is this moment. And all that I have is who I am. And all that I know is I'm not running. I got my feet buried in the sand. I'm on the path that I paved. My feet on the ground, I'm facing this hurricane, and I won't get lost on the path that I paved. Nobody knows the right way. So I guess I better decide on my own. Everyone's road looks the same, but I wanna taste the unknown. I'm turning around, I'm going my own way, and I won't get lost on the path that I paved. My feet on the ground, I'm facing this hurricane, and I won't get lost on the path that I paved. No, I won't get lost the path that I paved. Thank you for letting me do that and holding the space for that.
Thank you for filling the space with that. I was like so hot when I took off my jacket at the beginning. I have goosebumps now. I don't know, do you see this? Can you see my goosebumps from the Zena music? Yeah, you actually can. I'm amazed, actually.
It's been so, like, something that I just have really discovered with, like, I've never really had these friendships before where it's like you can have all of the same interests, and it's like complete empowerment for one another. Like every time she sings or something, I'm just like blown away, and it like is so inspiring to me and so like empowering to me as my own musician. And then it's like, I don't know, like I love taking part in your music.
Because I felt like, I'm so glad that you're saying this way actually, because like, I had a little hesitation about naming my song Hurricane, because I was like, but one of my best friends also has a song called Hurricane. Is that like okay? Is that stealing? Is that? And I was like, well, there's like probably like 50 songs out there called Hurricane, and it's just like both of us have, but it's like not anyhow. But I thought the same thing. Like originally, I had some hesitation about like going to market with Laura, or like she's always offering like, oh, I'm going to market. Do you want me to take some of your jewelry pieces with me? And I'm like, oh, but like, aren't we in competition? It's like, no, we're not in competition.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we both wire wrap rocks with holes in them, but like, actually our styles are super different. And like, yeah, we both play songs and write songs from our heart, but
and sometimes make music together.
Different.
It's like we're separate, and then at times we come together and we create a thing. But that thing is its own thing that comes together with both of us. But we still have our own.
And like, and also like this song, this Hurricane song that you wrote, like I have not like been in a place that like you're the only person who's been in the place that allowed you to write that exact song. But I listen to it and I'm like, oh, my heart. Yes. Sing your truth, girl. This is my truth too. Sing it, sister.
Honestly, it's never it's just I am so grateful that this is, because growing up in like a public school, there's so much competition. There's so like of that feeling or like that need that you have to like be better. If you have, the same gifts or talents, that you got to be the better one.
Right,
or,
there's always a ranking.
And,
there's
or
always
with
a
men,
ranking.
it's like,
Yeah.
we have to have the most men. Like the most men wanting us, or whatever it is that like you create.
You can't have the most men. You just have to have the most men wanting you.
Exactly.
There's a clear difference there, a very fine line.
But I'm so grateful for like this time of my life now that I've like been able to really establish friendships that are real and authentic, and they are coming from a place of empowerment, because everyone is so individual and stands so strongly in their individuality that there's nothing to be taken,
okay.
like it's.
You're coming onto this. This is so. No, okay. So if you think about, my words are not coming together, but what you were saying about like everybody standing firm, people standing firm in their own truth and in their own individuality. But in the end, that's what connects us. Like when people are like, oh, I feel so connected to you, it's not even necessarily because there's like more in common between the two of us than between them and somebody else. It's just because like I said something that I was feeling.
Yeah.
And was like raw and authentic about it. And it's not even necessarily like what I said that they connected to. It's just that raw authenticity.
Yeah.
And it's like that, in order for us to connect to each other most deeply, we have to stand in our own individuality strongly.
Yeah, totally. It's like it's like the opposite end of the spectrum too. It's like everybody has felt like really alone. Mm-hmm. And everybody has felt like nobody could possibly understand what I'm going through right now. But okay, maybe no one has gone through that experience, but everyone has felt that feeling.
I was just reading.
So there is that shared connection in we have all felt alone. So in that, we're not alone. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, when I finally realized that, it was like, okay, I'm not the only person who has ever felt this way.
We all have our different experiences of loneliness and like of feeling like we're the only one. And like, you are the only you. Good.
Good, man.
Like, that just means that it's like more your or like, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I am the only me. That just makes it more my responsibility to be me, because ain't no one else gonna do it.
Yeah. And we can only grow and expand if we have other experiences
something to grow
offer.
and expand.
Everybody has to walk through storms and waves, and they just show up differently. We all have like emotional and physical and all kinds of transformations that are going to take place in our life, and things that we have to walk through, and things we have to handle, and things we have to face and rise up against. They're just all showing up differently for us. And so it's like when we can walk through those experiences authentically and be authentic about our experience with other people, then it's like, now I'm not just one drop of water. Now I'm expanding. I'm becoming an ocean, because now I'm gaining more ways of handling certain, more experience through other people,
more language,
experience authentically. Rather than people just telling me this is what it should look like, or me telling somebody this is what it should look like. It's like, no, this is just what it's looked like for me. This is how I've gone about it. This is what it's felt like. And
this is how I
take from that whatever suits you, whatever serves you in your life.
Yeah.
Like I have absolutely nothing to I have like no real answer for you. I can only share.
Yeah. Yes.
I can only share an experience that I've had. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I love conversations with you and like with our tribe, because they just flow. It's like no one speaks unless they have something to say.
Yeah.
And everything just comes and flows as it needs to, and goes exactly where it needs to, and comes full circle. And it's like, we don't know how we ended up here, but somehow it's going to come around, and it does. And it's just like the best ever. I love it.
I feel like also like usually like we talk when we have something to say, but I also feel like usually when there's silences, somebody fills it with music.
yeah. Like it just flows. Like anytime I come to visit Vervain, it's just like the most flowy days that I have. It's the best. I love it. Like just music and conversation and being there. Like we can just be there and just that's okay too.
I
I love you.
I love you so much. I'm so glad that you're here.
Me too.
That's it. You do have to go, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I know.
So
I'm glad I was here.
We
for how
like
long we were
managed
here.
to squeeze this in. She was like trying to leave, and I was like, please.
I really want to start doing these more often. I've talked to her about it because we've
been talking about
Yeah.
this probably as long as we've known each other,
Yeah.
which I'm not actually sure like how long that is because
we'll have
we've like known
conversations.
each other longer than we've known each other, if you know what I mean.
We'll have conversations at every time, like when we have like the whole group of people together as well, and someone will eventually say, at
we
some
should have
point,
been recording this.
Yeah, we should have recorded this for sure. We should have like somehow gotten record of what we just like got to, because
I also feel like I'm bad at taking mental notes also. Like I feel like in the conversation while it's moving, I'm like, oh, processing, yes, this is so good. And then
Because
afterwards
it's a
I'm like,
vessel.
wait, what did we talk
like
about?
what you were saying before.
Yes,
We're
becoming
vessels.
a vessel
And so
for the flow.
sometimes things come out of my mouth that I didn't know before that came out of my mouth. And almost like now I have to catch up to what I just said, because you know what I
I
mean?
had that happen in my Oracle reading video this morning.
Yeah.
I like pulled a card and I was like, like early on I'd been talking about how it applied to me, and then I came back to it and I stated it in a way that was like really concise and like kind of freaked me out to hear. I was like, oh, that's like, I wouldn't, if I'd thought about it, like I wouldn't have said it that way, but like that's definitely true.
That's hilarious. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not gonna say what it was because you should go watch that video. But I'm gonna spoil the card.
All right. Yeah, so we are gonna do these more.
We are gonna do these more.
For sure. It's like, definitely.
And yeah, so thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for being here actually at the Citrine Palace today. How often does that happen? It's often, but not often.
Yeah, it's happening more often.
Yes. It didn't happen at all the whole time you were in Australia for a year. Dear God. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed Zena's song Hurricane, you should follow her on Instagram at
Zena Siren.
At Zena Siren. You should also follow her on Instagram at Your Moon Babe, which is where she posts all sorts of lovely doodles and writings and things, and I love it. It's sort of thing. It's the sort of thing that makes my day when I see it.
You have two different ones too, right? You have Vervain and The Roses.
I have Vervain and The Roses, which is the only Instagram that I'm like doing right now. I have my Vervain Hell's Daughter. My Vervain Hell's Daughter one is more like personal. Like, you're probably not interested in what I post on Vervain Hell's Daughter Instagram. And then I am still maintaining the wandering.witch Instagram, but that's more for like the crafty products. And I don't even have a craft room right now.
YouTube?
So my YouTube, which is where you're probably watching this, is I think it's actually just Vervain Hell's Daughter, but I've been meaning to change it to Vervain and The Roses. We're rambling so much. But you should follow me on Instagram at Vervain and The Roses. You should follow her on Instagram at Zena Siren.
Yeah.
And Your Moon Babe. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you liked it, and let us know in the comments below what was your favorite part of the video, what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see us talk about in the future, or if you have any questions. Keep in touch. I love to hear from you. It makes my day, and we'll see you later.